What you doing today, by the way, Michael?
I'm working from home today. I want to be ready for this. I've got a property management company. I manage about 70, 80 units, something like that. And then I've got an assistant that works full time for me, W-2, and she's doing that today. I said I'm going to work from here and hang out with you a little bit. But yeah, that's pretty much my full time gig is property management.
Hey, go ahead and close that blind.
Yeah, I figured. Here, I'll tell you what, though.
You don't need nothing more? You can talk over here. I'm just saying, don't feel like you gotta leave back for me. What color paint you got on the wall there?
And that's like a bluish tint on that thing, like a grayish blue. Although we liked it. I mean, we're putting in a lot of houses with that grayish blue color. You know what I mean?
HGTV down.
That's right. That's what we're doing.
Just do the
Most
same.
of the rentals, I mean, Airbnbs and rentals is what we're putting in it. Matter of fact, we got an investor out here that started using it kind of early. So the paint company actually named it after him because they made a specific color. So it's called Gaudio Gray, and then every time you go there, it's like investor's name, Gray, Gaudio Gray.
That is too much. That's cool.
Yeah.
I like to have a paint named after me. That'd be nice.
There you go.
All right, this is going to be so cool, man. I get to meet people around the world. I got some other clients in Indiana too, man. I mean, we can talk about that after.
Yeah.
They're doing a lot of subject twos and lease options and all that stuff. Your property values up there are kind of low, right?
Say that again?
Your property values down up there are relatively reasonable.
Yes, that is correct. We are Indianapolis in general, but Indianapolis as well is one of the best cash flow markets in the country. We compete with like the Kansas Cities, the Clevelands, the Memphises, and those kind of cities that provide cash flow. I mean, you're going to get steady appreciation, but you're not going to have the large swings, and you're just going to get cash flow.
I was doing some research on Indiana too. You got a lot of fraud going on up there regarding I don't want to call it Section 8. I hate calling it Section 8, but housing choice voucher program. A lot of out of state and out of the country investors buying up properties there. Are you privy to that information?
I don't know about. I haven't heard it specifically for Section 8, but we've had some large investment companies come and swindle a lot of investors out of a lot of money, out of state people, buying them straight off the tax sale. Selling them, doing almost no rehab to them, like they said the place is rent ready. And for a while, we're actually paying the rent to the owner, saying the tenant was inside when it wasn't, just to keep the ball up in the air.
The facade.
So, yep.
Yeah, I did some research before we talked on your market. Matter of fact, yeah, I know that a bunch of out-of-state investors own a lot of government rentals there, and they're getting rent. And they had to pay this rent back. I was looking at some articles
I haven't
about.
seen that yet.
Huh?
Look into that. I haven't seen that yet. I'll have to look into it.
Oh man, big checks up there, man. Big checks. All right, today we're hanging out with Michael. Michael, what's up, my brother?
Man, just trying to get this thing rolling and just keep it up. Property management's going fine and doing well, but the subject 2 kind of took my heart all of a sudden, and it's got me excited. So
okay.
I hit a couple of home runs without much effort, and then I said, okay, we got to start doing more of this. So
now, what do you mean? What do you mean by home runs? Real quick, I just want to get a background on you, Michael. You're in Indianapolis, Indiana. It's Indianapolis, Indiana. I remember I lived in Minnesota. People used to call it Minneapolis.
Yeah, we just call it Indy. Call it Indy.
Indy. All right.
Yeah.
So you're a property manager and you're a flipper.
Yeah, we do some flips occasionally, and property manager is my main thing. I do have my broker's license, so I can buy and sell real estate off the MLS. But
nice.
Property management, I found I had a knack for, and actually, this is my property management patch. I like to call it. Give me a little bald spot. So Yeah, I get it. Yeah. Mine's a little non-uniform, but that's my property management spot right there.
Welcome to the club, my brother.
Right.
Welcome to the club. Well, you're in a unique situation, Michael. I met a guy in Florida the other day hanging out with Ron LeGrand. He owns a property management company, and he can convert a lot of those leads over to sellers.
Yeah, or vice versa, bring them properties, right? I mean, it could be either way. But yeah, I mean, but if that happens, typically they're not happy, right? Like in some way I failed them and they wanted to sell their property, be done. But I'm trying to keep them.
What he was doing was he was saying, hey, listen, I've been managing your property forever. You want to get out? We'll buy it on rent, owner financing, take over the repairs, or buy it on a lease purchase and keep your cash flow. But he was looking for a cash flow where he would keep paying it. But now he's, stuff like that.
Yeah, no, it's a great idea. It's a great idea.
So from time to time, I meet people around the country. I'm able to meet this great gentleman today, Michael. We're doing a consultation and coaching session. What brings us here today, Michael?
So I just want to lock down my whole subject to structure. I've done a couple by accident.
Tell me about those.
A little bit. So, okay, I bought one from a guy that was, I actually sold the house to as a realtor 3 years ago. And I was just cruising the sheriff's cell and saw his house was on the sheriff's cell list. So I called him up. And I said, hey, what are you doing? Well, you're going to lose your house to the sheriff's cell. Like, we can figure this out together, something. And so he only owed $75,000 on the home, and the house was worth $130 as it sat there, right? So he's going to lose the house over nothing. Yeah. So he just wanted to walk away. So we came in, we paid him $24,000. So we're in it for about 100, 102, something like that. And it's worth 130.
You bought the house subject to?
Subject to, but a backward subject to, right? I didn't do it right. I just said, okay, we'll buy your house. Let me run title work on it. Title work was clean. Okay, quit claiming me the house. Okay, it's my house now, right? So we didn't we didn't get any title insurance for it. But
that's brave, brother. You brave.
I know. I had to jump out there and just do it. I felt like I ready, fire, aim kind of thing. So that's what I did. So we didn't have any title insurance, but I've got a title company now that's willing to close the properties for me in a normal fashion. So we can, moving forward, we can close these subject to all day long. He's on board. He gets it. He's ready. So I can actually go to a title company and make this happen.
Holy cow. Good for you.
Yeah. So I'm ready for that. So I ended up taking over the property. His payment is $600 a month, and it'll rent for $1,200 a month.
Wow.
We're going to keep that one. I know, because remember, he had a small principal amount. He only started out around $80,000 on his mortgage. He bought the house right.
How old was that loan, Michael?
3 years.
So you only got 27 years?
He put a huge, I mean, it was, so even with the interest rate, it didn't pull it down a lot because he's got a $80,000 loan on a 30-year fixed.
Yeah. Still, you got a free house, bro.
I did. So that's gone well. We're about to put a tenant in that. We're not going to lease option that because I didn't have it in the wheelhouse at that time, right? So we're just going to straight up rent it. It's going to be a rental for us, $1,200 a month. Then we got another one right off the bat. This lady was going to lose her house. She was on the sheriff's cell list. It's just me calling people on the sheriff's cell, finding out their numbers, finding their Facebook, reaching out to them, saying, "Hey, I want your place. Let's figure it out."
Shaking the tree.
That's all. I mean, trying to figure out where they live, who they are, and so she owes $102,000, and we told her we'd pay her $28,000 for her home. But any money we spend to help her out comes off that amount. So bringing her loan current, because she was $17,000 in the hole, right? So that comes off the amount of money that we've given her. This is very unconventional ways. Like, once again, I would not recommend doing this the way I did it, because I did it backwards, but I was ready to just roll, right? So I bought it in a way that said any money that we spend on this property, it comes off the purchase price. She doesn't get the money until she actually vacates, right?
Okay. Was she living in that one, Mike?
She was, yes. And I'm letting her stay until March. So I'm taking risk in her selling the property from November to March.
Mike, you got some big old. You are just. You
I
got
know.
some.
I know. I'm okay with it because the deal is still good. I'm continuing to build that rapport, right? I'm not leaving her alone. I'm talking to her monthly, sending her text, hey, how are you? So making her feel friendly and just giving her all the feelings that she needs to know that I'm going to take care of her regardless when this thing is done. So come March. So once again, numbers on that one is she owes 102 on the mortgage. I bought it for 28, so I'm in it for 130. The house is worth 180 as it sits right now. And we'll probably end up flipping it though, because if I put another 20 grand into it, I think I can get almost 230 out of it.
So that sheriff sale is going to be delinquent mortgages?
Sheriff sale is people that have been filed on, they have not paid their mortgage, right? They're all the way to the point that they're 30 days away from losing their house.
My favorite. Now you're talking about language. See, I love those because they're high stress.
Yeah. High stress and yeah, I mean, but you know what, they don't have a ton of options. They want to try to make something or not have a foreclosure on their credit. So we just worked with them and made it happen. So those are the two that I've done. I had another one lined up, ready to go. It was a little bit kind of on the lower side, but I got tunnel vision. I got to be honest. I got tunnel vision on it. And she ended up having what we call IHCDA money. So it's Indiana Housing comes in. If you're going through a foreclosure, Indiana Housing will come in and bring your mortgage current for you, but you got to be in the house for 10 years after that point, right?
Yeah.
I got that lien on me. She didn't tell me about it. Because she thought that was just free money, right? She didn't think she'd ever have to pay it back. Well, when you leave the house before the 10 years is up, you have to pay that money back.
They call the loan.
Yes. So, you know, it wasn't just the principal that I was working with plus the money to bring the mortgage current. There's also these two other large liens that I didn't see coming. They killed the deal.
You don't want to go up against local or state government, man. Local and state, dude, they can come after you.
Right. And, you know, and she has to be an owner occupant. So I did not feel comfortable moving on it at all. So that one died. That's where I'm at. So I am looking from you today to kind of get mainly my forms together a little bit, but I mean, kind of your whole process from lead generation, speaking to sellers, contracts, closing process to disposition.
Okay, forms. Sounds like you've been in the wild, wild west when you closed the first one. It sounds like you continued. How did you close the second one?
Same thing, quit claim deed, but with my title company. So my title company did the title work to make sure there was no other outstanding liens or any other positions. And then we just did a quit claim deed. So not a traditional closing in the fact that I have title insurance, right? But title insurance, so I had a conversation with my title guy to be sure. And title insurance is only provided for the amount of money you put into the deal. So I can't get title insurance on the loan, right? So if I bring a house current and I pay for it for 30 grand and there's still $100,000 worth of loan, I can't get insurance on that anyways. So I'm risking the money I put in dollar for dollar, but it's not quite, it's a little bit risky, but it's not like, you know, I would call it education money is what it could end up being.
Let me go get I got to get a book at the back. I'll be right back.
All right, sounds good.
This is going to be so juicy. I don't even know people that, oh my Lord, I love it. I feel like I'm just busting already. the information we're going to cover.
So maybe we could start with contracts, if that's okay with you, and then
We're coming. We're coming.
Okay.
I'm just typing in something real quick. I'm trying to type as I talk. I admire you, man. The more people I meet, I'm like, you guys are doing some phenomenal things, Michael.
Yeah, and I feel like I'm just scratching the surface. I'm nowhere near where I need to be, but I feel like there's good things that are going to happen.
I still feel the same way, Michael. That's never. If you're anything, I don't know if you're anything like me or not, but this dude asked me the other day, "Do you realize how much you know?" I'm like, man, I don't know shit. You know, the more people I meet, like my boy, did you see Joe yesterday?
I did. Yeah, that was awesome.
I mean, come on, you can't hanging out with Joe, going to lunch with Joe is like you can't tell him what am I gonna tell Joe?
I picked up some good tips from him, and I put your buddy that you always have on. I can't remember his name.
Eddie.
Yep.
Eddie's Eddie. Beach. All right, class. If you're just joining us, I got to do a quick thing so I can bring everybody up. If you're just joining us, from time to time we do consultations. Today we got Michael on the phone. Can I call you Mike?
That's fine.
Okay. Title insurance. I want to make sure that I quote you right, which I want you having title insurance on this stuff, dude.
Yep.
And yes, what's going to happen is the title company is going to tell you that it's only insured for what that loan. Because don't forget,
not including loan.
Go ahead.
And not including the loan. He said any dollar I put into it. So if I, buy it for $30,000 with $100,000 sub 2 part, then I'm only insured for the $30,000 is what he's telling me.
William, hey William, yeah, I will. William, I will do super chat questions first at the end if Michael has time, and we'll do it. I'll stay on if Michael has to go at the end. Michael, that is true to the certain extent. Don't forget, the title company works for us. I don't work for you. You don't work. You work for me. I don't work for you. Yeah, you work for me. I don't work for you. I tell you, when I go, they do it to me all the time, right? They got this small little amount of money on the HUD, right?
Yeah.
No doubt.
Right.
I'm like, what are you talking about? The house is worth $200,000. You need to raise that shit up. So you're gonna have to.
It's just an insurance policy, right? Is all I'm buying technically.
What'd you say?
I'm really just buying an insurance policy, so right? I mean, it's what I'm doing.
Well, you got to think about it. Let's do this. Oh, I was trying to get a definition for title insurance because I want to make sure that we both understand title. I mean, I have my definition, but title insurance. This is from my Barron's book, brother. Policy that assures that good title is transferred in the course of a sales transaction. The insurance company will handle any successful claims against the title to the property that might arise in the future. The premium is normally paid one time at closing, which is what you did.
Right.
There are two common types of policies: mortgage that protects the lender, and mortgagor that's going to protect you, the homeowner. Mortgagor is homeowner. Now, don't forget, man, we don't live in the same box, or we don't walk the same path as a normal buyer. So on the subject too, if you watch any of my stuff, I like to kind of talk about being on that fence, right? We got our fence here. And we got the seller. So what was her loan? 80? Let's talk about the second one because I'm more concerned about the second one.
Okay, 102,000 is what she has left on her balance.
You got 102K, right? Here's you. You gave her what, 28?
Yeah, 28,000.
And it's worth 200, right?
When it's all said and done, yeah, we'll be at 200 easily.
This is why I get scared. And it's not a lot, man. And I'm not here to talk all jinxy on you, man. I want you to be covered. That's what you pay for. So you pay me so I can make sure you're covered. Worth 230. Let's just say it's worth 220 on the low end. So we have let's round all these numbers out to make it easy for me talking. 130. We got 90 in equity, right?
Yep.
You're gonna have to put another what to make it right?
To make that was included. You mean to bring the loan current?
No, let's talk about in game, not now. Let's talk about
okay, about 20,000. Yeah, about 20,000 in rehab.
20K in reno. So you got, let's say 20, 30. You got 50 out. Plus you had to close on it. How much does closing cost?
$500. I remember I did the quit about $500.
Oh, you did. That's right. That's right.
We didn't do a closing, a traditional closing. We did a quit claim, right?
Big kahunas. So. Big. Forgive me, man. I'm losing my composure because I'm like, holy shit.
So to answer part of that question is I had a conversation about going back and getting title insurance on the property, and we can't do it. So I can actually go back and retroactively get it done.
Okay.
So it's not out of the realm of ever happening, right?
Okay. I have done that once in my career, gone back and done a policy just because I paid for it and the damn title company didn't even get the policy.
Right.
So you're gonna have 50 out. I'm rounding up. My numbers may look crazy because I'm rounding up. 20, as you know, in the real estate world, 28 is 30 really. So we got 50K out of pocket. Plus whatever vacancies on the monthly payments, right? You're gonna have to, whenever that arises, plus whatever maintenance and stuff happens in the future, right? So let's just say you got 50. How much title insurance did you get?
Well, right now, remember, it's zero, right?
Oh.
But what he's telling me is, once again, would just be on the initial 30.
Here.
Yep.
See, he doesn't know. That's where we have to communicate. It's our obligation. One of the things that being a Freemason has taught me is something called an obligation. It's our obligation to tell them that we're spending another 20 and to know. Like when I'm going in, when I buy a house, because usually we're buying either cash or using private money, we want to protect ourselves too. So this is already covered here.
Mm-hmm.
Right? So you want to at least get 50, brother, because you're going to have that out. And I would say get more. I would say get 100. Get as much as you can. But at the bare minimum, Mike.
Yeah.
Because say something happens, dude, and I always expect the worst. No, plan for the worst, but hope for the best. Is that how it works?
Yep.
So if something happens, they say, hey, listen, you don't own this house anymore, and it could very well with the quitclaim deed. Do we know why we're not wanting to use a quitclaim deed?
Why we're not wanting to use a quitclaim deed?
Yeah.
I did it for just ease of transition, kind of, because it's super easy for them to understand, and we did it.
We'll get that.
But in the future, no. I guess we could, as long as we can get the insurance policy. But we're just doing a traditional close at that point, which I know the cost is going to be about $1,000 or maybe $1,100.
Well, the thing we'll get to deed types of deeds, because different deeds provide different assurances, brother.
Sure.
Warranty deed, special warranty deed, limited warranty deed, quitclaim deed, gift deed. It's so many types. We'll get to that. All right, so let's knock title insurance out. Let's at least get you at 50. So if something happens, you can get all. I want you to get, because right now you only get 28, because they're looking at you when you close.
Right.
And this is with a good subject to closer. We're not even talking about the closers that don't even understand subject to, because they're going to tell you don't even need title insurance.
Right.
So yeah, title insurance. When you walk in, they're gonna say how much you bring in the closing. You're gonna say that. All right, we'll get that. You can get the title insurance policy. I'm like, I get as much as I can, man. Sometimes they won't go over the assessed value, but hopefully your assessed value is going to be up somewhere around here, right?
Yeah, at least 185 range.
Yeah,
for sure.
You're good. You're covered with 185, right? You're more than covered with, even if they just did the assessed value. I can't wait to follow up with you to see how they're going to do a retro. You're going to have to do a new deed.
It's going to be like a whole nother closing is what it's going to be. Yeah. So I'm paying for closing twice, but like I said, it was speed at the time. I didn't have my forms ready. I wanted to move. It was a good deal, and I just pushed it forward.
Let me tell you what I learned at Homevestors, man. I used to be a Homevestors franchisee, the ugly house people. The man was like, listen, man, if you got to do something, go do it and ask for forgiveness later.
Right.
Just ask for forgiveness. They'll forgive you. All right, why don't we want to use quick claim deeds? First of all, you can't. The deed types, right? We got so many. The one that we want to use, brother, is called a general warranty deed. They got all types of deeds, right? But the general warranty deed, and I'm not an attorney, brother, this is informational purposes only, from my experience, gives you protection all the way back. It says from this day forward, when you get that title insurance, from this day forward, no previous seller can come after me. But when you do a quick claim deed, it is possible, but you don't get the protection of saying from today, your general, it covering general, everything. That's why they call it general, because it could be anything.
Yep.
You got a limited warranty deed. You got a special warranty deed, which you'll see when you buy a bank REO. The special warranty deed only covers one seller back regarding title insurance. But the general warranty deed, and I especially want you to have this when you got a bunch of meat on the bone, Mike. Yep. Like if you walk into a house, there's the people owe $1 million. There's no way you're going to pay it off. You just get it for cash flow for the next 5 years. I do a quick claim deed, then I'll be gone.
Just like Joe said yesterday.
There you go. Same thing. Yeah. We do land trust, and yeah, you got it. Are you putting these? Never mind. We'll get to that.
We'll get there. I want to get there. So
yeah,
we'll get there.
Gotcha. So general warranty deed. When you go to your title company, you have to say, I want full protection, especially on this one, dude. Because when you start cranking out that money, man, you don't want nothing to pop up. Because you know what happens with Murphy's Law, Mike.
Yep.
All right, so we got that down. Deed types. The only time I've used gift deeds, man. I've used quick claim deeds, but these are houses where I don't care about them.
Yep, makes sense.
All right, so
that makes sense. Yep.
All right, we're good with that. Now you're gonna have to. You will have to pay for this, like you did that quick claim.
Yep.
That stuff is cheap. $500 and it's over.
Yep.
But you're gonna have to pay. You will have to pay for your title policy and recording fees and closing fees and all that. It's probably gonna be $2,000. But it's a small price to pay. Small price to pay to make sure you sleep at night, brother.
And we have that situated, so we're good. I'll start to increase the amount of money that will be on that title insurance policy.
All right.
We'll get a general warranty deed with that for sure.
General warranty deed. I don't know. Well, whatever the duplicate deed is you use in Indiana. I'm presuming it's general warranty.
It's general warranty.
Okay, yeah, it's probably the same around the country. I don't know. And you make sure we don't want this to go to a trust. Did they quick claim it to you or to your LLC, or who do they quick claim it to?
You're gonna love it, Chris. I claimed it to my LLC, man. I made all the mistakes.
No,
I'm flapping in the wind out there on these two.
At least you tried, dog. You tried.
Hey, that's all right. We can fix this stuff, but I just wanted to get them done and on the books. So and that's why we're here. We're going to stir this thing up. And we're going to be good moving forward.
Michael, some people watching and that will watch this have never done it.
Right.
And may not ever do it. And you're doing it, dude. Don't feel bad, bro.
Yep.
Good gracious. Okay. It's not you. I'm just.
I know.
As I'm teaching and stuff and meeting people, man, I just remember my mentor is doing this for me. Just an honor.
Yeah.
Just an honor.
That's good. Thank you.
Sheriff said, I wanted to mention this too. I'm glad you're doing this, Mike. This is where I live.
I love it. I mean, it's hard to find the people. Sometimes once you find them, and I find their phone numbers pretty regularly, and they're always surprised. How'd you find my cell phone, right? But I just send them a text and say, hey, I call them first, right? They don't answer. I send them a text, hey, it's Michael, give me a call when you get a chance. And their first thing is like, who's this? And then I kind of give them a spiel, right?
Give me a call. You know what? I think the best emotion humans have, well, vanity is a big one, but curiosity is the even,
Yep.
it's so.
I can't help it.
All right. Forms you want to do, but these kind of go together, brother. And you're going to need some forms, Mike. I'm going to probably have to charge you some other stuff if you want the forms and stuff.
Already got it. I've already got your PA. I've got your seller's disclosure. I've got your POA, your mortgage release, which, by the way, I was using the mortgage release already myself, just thinking ahead. So I did it without even getting your forms or thinking about your forms. But the thing, I've already sent them to my lawyer as well. So I'm trying to make them more Indiana friendly. So I've sent your the disclosure and the CYA letter to my lawyer to kind of make that more Indiana friendly. The only thing I had a question on is your deal insurance form, which I don't have. Which I assume, I have no idea, but I assume that your deal insurance form is just the way to encumber the title.
Yes. You got it, Michael. You got it. But not only that, you're going to need a trust too. You don't have to use a trust. You can put it in your LLC.
He's working on the trust now, and I assume once again that on your PA that you're signing as the buyer. The trust is the buyer.
On the
purchase agreement. On the purchase agreement.
Oh, PA. Oh,
yeah.
Say that again. What was that again, Michael?
On the purchase agreement, are you using the buyer is the trust?
Oh, yes.
Yeah.
Yes. Yeah. We don't own anything. Our company doesn't own anything. We're Ghost.
And at closing, they're signing over to the trust, and they're signing beneficiary and trustee rights to us.
You can do that. I mean, I've done it both ways. It's up to you, Mike. Joe does it like that. You saw him yesterday. He's assigning it over. That's another step. It's another step you can take. I don't like to coach and train on that because you make the decision which one you feel comfortable with.
Why not? Why not be beneficiary and trustee of the trust?
So let's rewind real quick.
Okay.
Got your trust. I didn't know that's where we were going today, but I love it though. The house is in the trust. The trustee is your employee, and the beneficiary is the person that benefits, which is you. Forms. Your trustee is your employee. The beneficiary is the person that benefits, which is you or your company. So you're saying to put it in the seller's name and then transfer beneficiary interest over. Is that what you want to do?
Yeah, my thought is, when we're at closing, the trust closes on the property, right? And at that moment, technically, they're trustee and beneficiary, correct?
You're talking about the seller.
The seller. Yes.
You can. So let's just talk about one at a time so we don't get confused. Okay. Do you understand what the trustee does?
I could be wrong, but they're in charge of the property basically in some fashion, but maybe not. Tell me.
The trustee is nothing but the employee. All they do is sign everything.
Okay.
That's it. They get a check. You say, hey, Joe Jones, I need you to come sign some docs, or I need you to go to closing and buy this house because we don't even go to closing. They're the trustee. They sign everything. The beneficiary is just you. You're behind the scenes. If you want, is that what Joe said? He has a seller. Yeah, you could do that. I mean, here's the thing. You can insulate yourself to the hills.
Yeah.
You can back this thing down so much and have your seller, the trustee, and the beneficiary, and then the beneficiary owner goes to beach. The beneficiary one goes to beneficiary two, which is you. Is that where you're at?
That's what my thought is, but I mean, I'm not sold on that, but that's my thought. Yeah.
Well, the thing is, man, I was doing this years ago. I'm like layering this thing down and making sure if they come check the title, then I can have a document showing that they're still the owner of the house. Yes, you can do that, Mike. Yes,
Yeah.
you can. I guess it's really about it's personal decision, brother. I don't like to. The way I'm doing it now, I'm just taking title, writing the trust, got my trustee signing. My company's the beneficiary, and it's over. You know,
So who's your trustee then?
my trustee is it could either be a company that I own or just another person.
My thought is actually having my company be both in the trustee and beneficiary.
You
because I have a
can.
because I have a partner, right? That's my thought is in order to make it where we're both benefiting from this, right? Not just Michael Thompson, but our LLC. And my lawyer tends to think that could be there should be no difference, but your thoughts maybe.
So you have a partnership on your real estate.
LLC on my LLC, yep.
I'm thinking about the partnerships that I do. I have a third party that's a trustee. But once again, every situation is different, Mike. Let me look at this. So we got this is a partnership. The beneficiaries are partners, basically.
Yep.
You guys trust each other, no matter. You can give him a $20,000 check. He's good. You same thing.
Yeah, I mean, well, we're completely 50-50. So anything that goes into the company is then, given out however we decide with each other.
You
so
can.
that money would just go ahead.
I'm saying you trust each other, no problems.
Yeah, absolutely.
All right. You good, Grandma? I can't. They can't even hear you that far. It won't even know. That's an interesting question, man. Never heard that one before. What do you want to do here? Because we have to get it out of your seller's name if you're putting the seller here too, brother.
But the name of the trust, right, is the seller's name. And that's all anybody will ever see.
No, doesn't work like that, brother. That's what they used to do that. Used to be, you talking about when they do the title search?
Correct. Will they see who the trustee is as well?
Oh, yeah. Oh, yeah, man. Let me see if I can bring up one of my deeds. You want to see one of my deeds?
Yeah, that'd be great.
All right. Don't be coming. You don't work for IRS and then you're coming after me or something. Like.
Didn't you get audited recently?
I got my second IRS audit. Yeah, I'm gonna do a whole training on that. Turned out okay though. I told them I don't owe you, and they said, okay. That was a joke.
Right, I'm sure.
All right, here's my title. Class. This is cool. We'll get to do some real coaching today. Show you one of my deeds, how they read. It used to be, Mike, we do a closing and it would be Blackstreet Trust or whatever. That was so cool, right? But I don't know what happened since as time goes on, the new statute, which probably was already there, they're making us put our trustee on title too. So I'll show you what it looks like. Let me know when you can see my screen.
Man, I see multiple screens.
Oh, my bad.
There we go. Yep, that's it.
Okay, so here's one we bought, 150,000. September 18th, we just closed this one a couple months ago. This deed of bargain and sale. Oh, you can see here. This is what deed is this? It's a general. Okay, see here. Before I get to my title, you see we're using a general warranty, right?
Yep.
All right.
I see it right there. Todd Smith, comma, trustee of.
There you go. That's how it comes out now. Oop, sorry.
All right.
So they put the trustee first.
Okay. So now we're back to thinking, okay, if I have my seller as the trustee, then as long as I have power of attorney for everything related to that property, then title will show that Todd Smith is the title, but I have control of the property as POA plus beneficiary.
You can do that. I mean, wow, I never even thought about doing it that way. I mean, there's so many ways, but it's really it boils down to what's good for you, Mike.
Yeah.
If you want to be insulated like that, and I mean, Mike, you can have this as a company,
Right.
a whole other company you own, and then you can have your
Right.
beneficiaries. I mean, you can layer, dude. You can layer yourself
Right.
to where you're untouchable.
Yeah.
But then what happened, huh?
I said, yeah, you're right.
But then what happens when you want to get out of them? You got to turn in paperwork. You got to file with the state corporation commission. You got to make sure you're paying your business license. I mean, it just goes on and on. And I
Okay.
don't necessarily, I don't have the qualifications to teach asset protection, which is what starts after the land trust is created. I'm just teaching anonymity and how to hold title. Because I know for a fact, man, when you get into trouble with some creditor and some predator comes after you, they won't see your houses. They just can't see them.
Right.
But here, if you got what on this one, man, I would just have a third party, somebody that both you sit down. Like when I do a partnership, I have two going right now. There's a
Yeah.
trustee that I know. I mean, one of my friends is a trustee. I'm like, look, we need the paper signed, everything's straight. We'll talk to the guy, and he'll confirm with my partner everything's good. And we'll sign off on it.
Interesting. Okay. That's a good idea.
I mean, you can that way you got accountability, and man. At the end of the day, you got to have people that have integrity, Mike. I don't know your circle.
Right. No, we can find that. That's not a problem.
Okay. All right. So your trust is the main thing I'm concerned about. When you create your trust, you can have your attorney do it. You can use mine. It's up to you. I'm sure your attorney has to do something for whatever you're paying them for when you give those documents. No doubt.
Yeah. Exactly. I don't know what that's going to be yet, but yeah.
Whatever. So he can the documents that I have. He'll look at them. He'll say, "I don't like this." Whatever, man. Just make sure that he has it in the packet when he goes to the sellers. So
Okay. So the only thing I'm missing is deal insurance then after that. Sorry, but go ahead.
Okay. Yeah. All right. Your deal insurance. You already got that you hit that on the head already too. What makes you want to, and I know Joe does this, and Joe's the master. What makes you want to get it all in the seller's name, then transfer it over? What makes you feel more comfortable doing that?
I'm just due on sale is really all I'm thinking about. I'm just trying to limit that possibility, and if it makes the seller so comfortable that that's not going to happen by doing it that way, that's my thought process.
True, you're right. If you keep, but the due on sale, man. Look, Joe. I mean, the guy had. I promise you, he had 600 houses when I met him, man.
Right.
If he hasn't had one call, I mean, come on. I think he said he had almost one call, but then they changed their mind. If that keeps you up at night, though, man, I would definitely recommend you to go ahead and do it.
Okay.
So your deal insurance is nothing but a way to cloud the title.
Yep.
Because what happens is when you meet these sellers, they're so on edge, and then you meet them and they're signing your paperwork. Then the next guy comes around and they're signing that one too. So you want to be the first one to get to the courthouse to get your memorandum recorded. Memorandum of contract. And I think I got a link. You can have, I think I charged $30-$40 or something. So this is the document, and all it says is, I, Michael Thompson, I agree that I'm in a contract with Joe Jones. We're both agreeing to do this contract today. So when they get it notarized, you can take that document down to the courthouse and record it against the title of Joe Jones's house. Got me? So when he tries to screw you over and try to sell it to somebody else, then they have to write you a check to get out of it. I've done it to where Michael people, man, it's like we sit down. We have a mobile notary, meet him at the house. Everybody loves me. We're signing the paperwork. Everybody's hooray, hooray, hooray. Week later, Chris, I got a better offer. I'm not gonna sell you my house.
Right.
I think I went through about 10 of those before I just said, you know what, I'm not doing another deal until I understand one of the keys in real estate, as I'm sure you know, you have to control the buyer and the seller. You have to control the situation, control them. So if you don't control that seller, man, you have to control the buyer and the seller. If you don't control them, you're in trouble.
Yep. Okay.
So once you go ahead, so once you record this,
No,
and if you, go ahead, Mike.
no, I'm just saying I agree with you.
Gotcha. So yeah, once you record this, in my experience, they have to contact you. Now, you might meet an attorney that knows how to get around this stuff. It hadn't happened to me since 2004. But people just change their mind, Mike. I don't know why. They just, and especially when you're dealing with the highly motivated and the high stress sellers like you, man, I'm surprised. You need to have this signed. When they sign the contract, they need to sign the deal insurance without exception. Every one of these, I'm doing the deal insurance. Every one of them.
I forced my assistant to become a notary, so we'll be able to do it in office.
There you go. That's cool. So they can come right over there and sign the purchase and sale agreement, or the PA, like you said. I like that. I'm about to use that. PA, and sign the deal insurance at the same time. And sometimes, Michael, if you forget to do it at that time, it's good to create momentum with sellers. Get them coming back, sign paper. Hey, I need you to sign. I forgot to get you to sign this paperwork. I need you to come in and sign that. And when you do that, when you come, make sure you bring whatever moment, bring some document, because it gets them doing momentum.
Perfect.
And if you want, I can give you a link to my memorandum if anybody wants it, or if you need it, Mike. I don't know. You got to get the memorandum in.
Yeah, I need it.
Huh?
I need it for sure.
It's a memorandum of contract, and it's another document called the affidavit of understanding. Same document, different title. Because for some reason, like where I live, there's 7 cities where I live, right? Mm-hmm. Some courthouses will take the memorandum, but they won't. No, some courthouses will take the memorandum and some won't. So I had to change the top of the daggone document, Mike, to where it says affidavit of understanding. So I took that in there and they said, okay, we understand. We'll take this. I don't know why, but just, you just do whatever you got to do. And it's the same identical document that's on legal paper. This has 2 different letterheads, or two different titles, So either you're using this one or the affidavit of understanding. And then if anybody wants that class, I'll put the link here. I'll go ahead and get it. Every time, without exception, Mike, I don't use this, I get hammered. I mean, it just happens.
I get it.
You got some good ones, brother.
All right. So we did contracts. We did closing process. We did
title insurance.
Did title insurance. So what about disposition a little bit? I think I had a question there as far as, so lease option is something that I want to start taking advantage of. Haven't done it yet. I've got 2 in the pipeline that I'm working on. Been talking to the sellers.
You cranking.
So yeah, I'm trying. So I've got this guy owes about $44,000 on his home. So call it 45. It's going to take 7,500 to bring it current.
I'm gonna say 8, man. I don't even go down.
Okay, go for it.
Okay.
His monthly rent is $400. Monthly, $400 a month. That's his. That's taxes, insurance, everything.
I don't know. I don't think you understand how lucky you are. That's like my taxes on the house.
Well, this is in a city that's a little bit further away, right? So it's a little bit of a smaller town. But I think that it'll work. But I just want your opinion on it. If that's all right.
Yeah, hold up. $400 a month.
And it'll rent for 6.
$45 he owes. What is it worth?
Probably 55.
Wow.
This is, like I said, it's not an Indianapolis property, but just from easy numbers here, I think it might be a deal.
I just want to say, Mike, thank you for having the numbers right. I'm gonna say the majority of people that contact me don't have the numbers down. And this is the first thing that I want to see.
Right.
Thank you, brother. Thank you.
Yep.
45. Can you handle this here?
Yeah, but so that's where I'm starting to get my problem, right? With all these houses that we've done, and I've done 3 other deals just on. I bought a house on contract, and I bought 2 houses old-fashioned way, right? But I'm starting to get cash strapped, and I can see that number of 8K, and I'm thinking this is a 2-year play, and the question is, can I sit on 8K for 2 years? As I currently sit, it might be a little tough at this point until I can flip out of that other house that we did at the very beginning.
Have you went to Craigslist and see? I think the refrigerator door open. Have you went to Craigslist to see what type of rent-to-own down payments people are asking for in that county?
I have not, but that's a great point. And that was part of what I was going to ask you is what are people paying for ugly houses compared to pretty houses?
Yeah.
Well, the down payment.
That's a refrigerator, Grandma.
Oh.
The refrigerator, basically. So I don't know what area you're in, but I presume that you're only going to be able to get $3,000 on a $50,000 house.
Yes. Yes.
Yeah.
That's my thought too.
So basically, you got 8,000 plus. Don't forget, we got 2 for closing, right? Because he's not going to bring no money to sell you the house, right?
That's right.
So we got to go ahead and jack this up automatically. Class, I hope you're getting this stuff, man. This is priceless information. Let's jack this up to 10. Yeah, you can see this is how, yeah, man. Welcome to, so we got 55 out. We got no equity left. How old is that loan? Do you have an authorization to release yet? You checked the bank and everything?
So in Indiana, when they file in foreclosure, they put the original promissory note and mortgage all online. So I have access to all that. And I can double check everything, right? And then he's also working on providing me with, as a matter of fact, he's already sent it to me. That's how I got that number. But he sent me the amount to bring current, and then also the payoff amount. So I've got the numbers, right?
We don't know how. Well, I just want to know how old the loan is. Is it 8 years, 5 years?
3. It's 3 years. Just
another 3. Okay.
Another
so
3.
No principal pay down.
No principal pay down, other than his original down payment. Now, correct me if I'm wrong, though. If I go to sell on lease option, I can push the sale price a little bit higher than 55, right? I can push it to maybe 60.
Yeah, but let's get to that in a minute.
Okay.
First of all, we gotta get in it, brother. We gotta get in it, get out of it, my brother.
All right.
We're buying it sub 2, selling on LO, right?
Selling at lease option.
Yeah, okay. My favorite way to do it.
Yep.
All right, now I got these numbers here. So we got 200 a month cash flow, right?
Yep.
I just want to make sure that you said this is principal, interest, taxes, and insurance.
PITI.
And it's not interest only.
Not interest only. It's a regular amortized mortgage.
30 years.
30 year.
400 a month outgo no matter what. Does it have an HOA?
Nope.
Tell me the condition of the house, Mike.
Excellent exterior, brand new roof, fantastic siding. It's the interior that needs a little bit of work. They pulled out all the carpet, got the old hardwood floors just as they are. 2 bedroom, 1 bath.
What else? How about plumbing, electrical work?
I asked multiple times about the plumbing. He said he hasn't had any problems since the day he moved in. He did have it cleaned then. Hasn't had any problems. Electrical seems to be a normal, I guess 120 panel, and he's got a little bit of water in the basement. So at some point, maybe somebody will want to put it in a sump pump because there's no sump pump in it now.
That's common up there, though, right?
Yeah. I mean, for basements, nobody's perfect except for newer homes, right?
Yeah. Why is he selling?
He's behind on his mortgage. He's going into foreclosure.
I'm saying, why is he behind? What happened to him?
I don't know. Lost his job, he said. He had a lost job situation, just got behind. Ex-girlfriend messed up this or that.
Yes. Lost his job. Well, you told me lost his job.
Yep.
Those are the five motivators. Lost a job, job transfer, death, divorce, drug abuse. You got one of them, brother.
Yep.
Oh, we got no equity here.
There's no equity on the surface. I mean, it's just, can we get enough lease option money and cash flow enough per month to get my money back, and then if whoever that person is able to close, great. If not, we'll do it again.
So we got.
But it seems like a 2-year play.
Let's see, 200 a month. That equals 2,400 a year. All right, let's talk about getting out of it. So we know we're getting into it. What does he want? I forgot. What does he want?
He wants nothing. He wants to walk away. He just wants it. That's the bring current amount plus closing costs. He wants nothing.
Okay. So he's happy. Does he have a place to go?
Yes. I mean, I asked him that multiple times. You have family you can live with, or just you have a plan after you're done with this? And he says yes, he has options.
I want this thing broom swept clean, Michael, when you leave, dog. Broom swept clean, brother. We don't close until this thing is broom swept clean, okay?
Yep.
They'll leave a whole, we bought one, the lady, anyway. All right.
I get it. Yeah.
This is where we're at here to buy it. It's worth that. Okay. 2,400 a month. So we want to do a lease option. We're going to go to Craigslist and see what down payments people are asking. You're going to call all the rent-to-owns. That's the easiest and fastest way to see who else is doing lease options around the country, class. Fastest way, go to Craigslist, see who the hell is doing rent-to-owns right there. They're right there. You can do it anywhere. So what we have to decide, Mike, is let's say you get settled on a lease option, right? You get $3K down because it's in good shape. Right?
It's in good shape in the exterior and roof. The interior needs a little bit of work.
Well, in lease options, man, flooring is no work. In lease options, plumbing. I'll show you one, man. I guess I could. Let me show you this one. I sold this one. I got 3,000 down. You want to see? I sold one didn't even have a bathroom, brother. You want to see it?
Yeah, let's see it real quick.
How much time you got? I'm on your time.
No, I'm good. Keep
Right.
rolling.
See if I can bring it up. It didn't have a bathroom. The bathroom was backing up with poo. It was just unreal. Let's see if I can find this thing. How many houses do we go through a day? I don't even know. 14, When you say it needs a little bit of work, I want to show you. This is one we did. A little bit of work, Mike, is not flooring and paint. People won't even care about that. But the person you see that?
Yeah.
That's one of my bathroom floors. The joint was falling it was falling in, dog. The tub the ceiling was leaking. That's what my back ceiling used to look like.
Wow.
When you talk about work, this is the work I'm talking about right here. Look, that's all moisture damage right here. The wall was leaking, the roof was leaking, all that. Let's see the siding there. We sold this one as is. So when you tell me it needs flooring, I'm like, brother, the people you sell it to, your clientele is going to be happy to do flooring.
Good.
The people you're selling to, they're gonna be, dude. I did one in I never forget when I did it in Indiana, man. The people, they gave my clients the money before they even moved in. They were so happy, Mike. They were like, and it was around the same thing. The payment was like $350 or something. They were so happy that they just gave them the 3,000. Like, look, let us know when the lady moves out. Thank you. So the thing you got to decide is, if you get 3,000 down, 24 a month, how long is it going to take you to get your money back? 2,400. That's 7,400. It's going to take basically 2 years, right? 48. Let's see, 24. Another year, 24. That's gonna be 448. 4,800 plus 3. Well, maybe like close to 3 years, right? 4,800 plus 3. That's 5, 8. Yeah, it's gonna take you like 2.5 years. Is that a good day?
What?
Huh?
I don't know.
Is that a good day for you?
Not for that long. I don't think so.
So let me ask you, what other
I get what you're saying, right? Because it's like 50% interest. I get it. Like pretty much is what it is. I get it. It's just how many times can I do that right now, right?
Not a lot, but you can get credit
Not
cards.
a lot.
You can get creative. We're here. See, I think we're here is you're looking at this as being you or your money, right?
Yeah.
Yeah, that's where you got to kind of get creative with. I don't want this to be your money, dog.
Right.
This needs to be your private lender or your credit card. You get some convenience checks. I don't know if you got a credit card or not. Just order some, call them up. You go to the title company, give them a convenience check. But yeah, you can only do this so many times. I don't care who you are.
Right.
But Mike, if I had to say any investment, anything where I can get my money back in 3 years, I'm in. And not only that, I'm getting cash flow every month. Yep. Let me ask you this: what else are you going to do with 10 grand?
Well, good question. I don't know. I don't have that answer. You're right. I mean, that's.
How old are you, Mike?
35.
35. Okay, I got 7 years on you, brother. I wish, good God, I wish so much that I could get 1 day back. You know, none of us can. I wish I would have put more money in real estate. And I'm the guy that has put a lot in, you know, and I'm wishing I would have put, more in because every year this is going down. Oh no, this is going down.
Right.
Right, every year. And at the end of the day, if you don't, unless you're like this wheeler and dealer of real estate where you really got money coming in and out with flips, you could use that 10 in construction.
Yep.
Is that you?
Yeah, I mean, well, between my partner and I right now, so he that we're splitting this with, right? He's got a construction company.
Okay.
So that's where we're able to kind of do stuff at cost, which has been unbelievable.
Wow.
Right?
You have no cost here though, because you're not going to do any repairs to
I know. I think I just got to get my mind over that hurdle, right? Is that I'm just going to give the house, here it is, and make sure I can get my $3 grand that as the option money, and let's roll.
It takes a while because you want to be doing something.
Right.
You want to go over there and paint. You want to make sure that it looks good, and you do all this little cleaning and put carpet. We're just a bank, Mike. That's all we are. I tell people I learned from my mentor, Scott Jelinek. If something breaks, don't call me. If you got a hole in the window, if the window cracks, don't call me. Toilet gets stopped up, don't call me. All we are is a bank, Mike.
Do you have a form like that for your lease options that basically says, I haven't seen your lease option. In Indiana, as a realtor, I have a general lease option form. But is your form basically say, hey, and every state's different, right? Because, you have a little bit of a responsibility for someone that's technically leasing as far as maintenance goes before. So I know I can't exactly know exactly what Indiana's like on that, but it's got to keep that in mind.
Well, we're all here though, Mike, because none of the stuff we're doing can be backed up by state contract law. If you go to court and the judge says if it's a hole in the roof and you don't fix it, and the judge says I want you to fix it or move out, you're gonna have to fix it.
Right.
There is no lease options aren't like this is just an agreement with people. There's no lease that's gonna protect you from doing repairs, brother. I've been to court with it. The judge don't want to hear that. They don't want to hear it. I've been to court with my mentor, even with deductibles. Like the judge, I had a friend used to say, I'll do all repairs over $250, right?
Yep.
Judge that's not you can't do that. I mean, Well, I'm saying to say that if you want to be all legal and straight and all that stuff, man, I mean, that's on you. You got to go to the attorney and all that. But least options, when the roof leaks and the house gets tore up, it's your responsibility. It ain't, I mean, they'll live in it and let it just leak. You can't go to court and be like, Your Honor, we signed an agreement where he said he was going to take care of all the repairs. He's going to say, who's the owner? There is no case, brother. There ain't no case for that, man.
All right.
You pass on repairs to a tenant. Can't back it up. No attorney's gonna back that.
I got you.
So get over the fact that you ain't doing repairs, brother.
Okay.
So all you need now is you need deal insurance, and you need I recommend having a land trust. Your attorney can set it up. And you have to make a decision. Are you going to transfer title? And please go back and redo that other stuff, man, before the world ends.
I'll let you know how that goes.
All right. Anything else, Mike?
I was gonna go get in the lead generation, but we might be running out of time. Maybe another day.
Yeah, shit, we are.
I'm good on time. So, yeah. If you got something else going on, I get it.
Well, yeah, we do have an operation, and we have dogs we have to walk, and we have to. Yeah, I mean, I'm joking, man. Yeah, I got a million things to do. I have some. Let me just go. Let me see what I got. Anybody want to ask you something, Mike? You got time to look at this stuff?
Yeah. How do I look at it, or do I just go by what you're telling me?
Go to your screen.
Yeah, I want to.
Go open up the chat box. Just finished surgery. Wow. Somebody's in the hospital watching in Houston. The JW method. You man, go get better. They in the hospital watching, Grandma. Somebody in the hospital. Good God. Tico's in Indiana. Maybe you guys can share some stuff. Tico Blaine. I don't think we have any questions here. Oh, please, if you don't mind, class, giving us a thumbs up for the algorithm purposes, for the optimization, please. Mike, Valma has a good point. What if your seller changes their mind and they don't want to leave the house? I think we need to at least address this question with Mike. I think that's a good question, Mike. I gotta say it to you, Mike.
Yeah. All right. So with my lady, well, technically, right? So Indiana requires a 30-day notice for any person in your house. Like that's the minimum amount of time that I have to give her to vacate. So house is mine. Quit claim deed. I don't care. It's my house right now. So you're talking back to my deal, right?
What?
From the deal that I had where I quit claim deed it and the lady's in the house and she gets it till March. I own the house, okay, regardless of how much time that we said on the contract. So once March 15th rolls around and she's not out, and she says, I'm not leaving, I'll give her an official 30-day notice to vacate. And if she doesn't vacate, I can evict her.
So you're going to evict her? This is.
I don't want to, right?
No.
But if
I'm agreeing with you. Yeah, you'll evict her. You'll enforce your right of possession to get quiet enjoyment by evicting her.
Right.
That's cool. I mean, same thing I would do.
Yeah.
But I think you might be under, and I want to say this lovingly, brother. I'm saying this lovingly. You might be under the premise that you have the right to do any of this stuff just because you got a deed. I hear the confidence in your voice, and I hear the confidence in your voice. I think you might be thinking that the documents that you have allow you to do that. Is that where we're at?
Set me straight, please.
No, man. I'm here to build you up, brother. I'm not here to cut you.
No, I get it.
Let me tell you what happened to my boy. Lost 30,000. My mentor.
Okay.
14. The guy used to deposit. I used to drive to the bank with him, Mike, and deposit $6, $7, $8 million checks, maybe 4 times a year. Right? It's riding his Hummer. We eat out every day. Everything was good. Guy lived on an oceanfront, 3,000 square foot house on the beach. 3-car garage, you name it, he's got it. Water filtration system, in-house vacuum, the works. Theater. Fast forward a few years later, he's broke, living in his car. I wish you could feel the meditation of my heart as I'm saying this. He had that same mentality. Let me tell you what happens. When you do business as an investor to a homeowner, you're here. I'm sorry, the judge or society looks at us as being here. Guess where they look at the homeowner? Down here, right?
Yeah.
Follow me now. I got to work this a little bit. So we're up here.
Okay.
Here's the investor. You all right, Grandma?
Mm-hmm.
Homeowner's down here. I'm going to go over here. You sound like me years ago before I saw the power of what a judge can do in undoing things, undoing deeds. Oh my goodness! I hope you're feeling me. I hope you can get the feeling in my heart, the passion that I'm talking, brother. So when you go in, you are the investor. You're the expert. You know what you're doing. You do it all the time. Little homeowner. Okay. Well, all right. Let's do it. I'll sign the quitclaim deed. I'll go. Whatever you say. What do you think a judge is going to say when you go to court and the seller says I was distressed and I signed the document? I didn't know what I was signing. Go.
Yeah, he's gonna have sympathy for her, for them.
All right. So we're talking through it. This is you and I talking through it as friends. So when you say you have a document and you want to evict somebody, speak lightly. My boy loaned a homeowner $30,000 to get him out of foreclosure. Judge says, you know what? Homestead exemption. Homestead exemption. The homeowner was in distress, wiped out the loan, turned around the deed. What my boy did was like, look, gave him $30,000, right? They deeded over the house to him. They were going to move out. They said, you know what? This $30,000 feel kind of good. And I kind of feel good living in my house. So what they did was they sued my friend. He took advantage of a homeowner in distress, as one could say for Michael Thompson. I'm not saying that they are. Not saying that they are. I'm on your side. I am you.
I get it.
Which is why we go back to our general warranty deeds. And this all is, I hope this is all building for you, brother.
Yep.
So the homeowner could go to hire a tenant advocate, which is what happened to my consumer advocate attorney, which happened to my mentor. Or they can go to a legal aid, which is free. And you don't want to go against a legal aid, I promise you, dog. They're representing the people for free. So you go to court. So I'm saying all this to say, make sure when you tread lightly, leaving people in houses, Mike. We never leave people in houses. That's what I told you about that broom swept clean thing.
I get it.
We want the house. We want you gone. Whenever somebody says they want to stay in the house, and I got stories for days I can tell you about my boys that lost their shirt back in 05, 06. But my one mentor lost $30,000 doing this. They deeded the house back to the seller, and they were like, you know, the $30,000, we're wiping it out. So just tread lightly when you leave people in houses. That's where we're going with that.
Got it.
Let me put this word here too. This is what they look at us as.
Yeah.
Greedy investor, poor homeowner. Man, I have been to court, Mike. I mean, I've been to court probably 30 times. That's not what this is about, though. So, all right. So you got that down. So the lady, we're getting back to Valma's question. What are you going to do when she gets out? Mike, you didn't ask me what I would do, though.
Tell me. What? Tell me. You're saying what would you do?
Okay, I'm glad you asked.
I'll get there.
First, I would kiss her butt. I'd be all over it. I'd be kissing her butt. I want her to be so happy. Because we don't want her to not only see this video, but we don't want her to think that you're trying to nudge her out so she has to go. Does she know where she's going?
No, and I've been working with them to actually find them a rental, having my property management company.
There you go. You're doing the right thing. Good. And if I were you, man, I might even try to pay some of their, like, hey, Miss Smith, I found this place that they got a special half off on security deposit, but you pay the other half, you know. So, or you could say, listen, I'm willing to pay. That way, you look like the good guy, Miss Smith. You know what? My committee is really ready to get working on this house. Would you mind if we'll go ahead and pay half your security deposit? Would that help you? Because I'm real quick before I move on this one, Valma, this is I could stay on this all day. What happens in contracts and in transferring of value, I have seen judges reverse deals when the seller got no value and you got all the value, which is why, and Joe, I didn't get to that yesterday, but we always give the seller at least $500.
Yeah, I heard you say that in one of the other talks you've had.
Yeah.
So in with this particular person, like I said, I have been holding their hand this whole time, and it's not like I'm leaving out in the cold. Matter of fact, not that they took advantage of it, but I found the guy in the relationship a job.
Wow.
I know, right? He didn't take it.
I can tell you're a nice guy, Mike. I know you're not out there sucking.
Yeah. But he didn't take it, but that's his choice, you know.
Shit, man, yeah. But no more. We're not, from today forward, no one stays in houses when you close, right?
Yep. Forever and always.
Yeah, man. We don't do that. I could tell you so many stories about people that have been sued. My boys used to buy them and do something called a lease back. We don't do that no more. How much money have we lost? Look, it's time to go. I got to cut out class. I'm sorry. Yeah. Mike, if you need anything else, I'll put a link to the deal insurance down here in the video description. Okay. If you need it, we'll get it to you.
Thank you.
All right. Talk to you soon, brother.
Thank you.
All right. Peace.
Later.